All right, everybody. It's Tuesday. It's the 30th of May, and I'm back. Jarvis needed a little vacation. Had a little system maintenance, and I'm not going to produce these videos if this crystal ball, algorithmic machine learning doodad, fancy buzzword software is not up to snuff. And it is currently operating at 100%. All systems go. So here we are. It's a Tuesday. It's been 8 days. And quite honestly, I mean, the last 8 days for BTC really wasn't that big of a deal anyways. But it did pull the Band-Aid off, right? We did get that sub 26K little wick that happened a little bit ago. I think that was like the 25th. And then it woke up, which is awesome. And then it waked up above 28K, which is cool. But the big question is, do we get back to 28K or do we tank all the way back down to $25,000? I feel like a broken record. That's been I should just rename this channel, right? 25 to 30K range for BTC forever. It is not the case though. It will decide what it wants to do soon. And it certainly the hell isn't returning to $19,000. Not yet. That could change. I'm not an oracle, and I'm not going to tell you the future of what is to come in August, right? However, I'm going to tell you what the software here tells me is going to happen in the next 24 hours. So forecasting the cryptocurrency market for 24, 48, 36 hours, easy. Really easy. Market is pretty simple to be able to tell the future in. Forecasting out 2 months, 6 months, a year. In a year, the price of BTC will more than likely be higher than it is today. And that's just historical, right? That's just look at the chart on a zoomed out form. If you're investing in crypto, odds are you're going to make money, right? If you're trading crypto, well, you can't be doing that for year-long trades. And that's what these videos are about. So those of you who are investing in crypto, watching this video, why? And two, those of you who are trading crypto and not watching this video, well, bummer, because this video is about you and how you're going to act. And then the people who watch this can front run you and win. Or not. I don't really tell people how to trade. I do, however, tell people how to see what's coming and the upcoming volatility in the market in terms of how the consumers within it should be behaving over the next day. So let's talk about what's going to happen between now and tomorrow, right? BTC should establish a price along this lower side, 1 sigma. That's 27,605. Should, right? If we get priced below that, what we're going to end up with is a pullback down to the lower side, 2 sigma, 27,170. That's it. That's where I see the maximum volatility. It's the highest probability of the volatility on the downside in the next 24 hours BTC goes. On the upside, if we establish a price here along this 1 sig, which we should, then a return to mean, which is a retest of 28K basically. That's ostensibly what it is. Because I think it's 27,956 right here. Sure, operating above that mean actually gets really bullish. I don't think we do that today. So as long as this lower side 1 sig holds, then what we will end up with is a 28K retest and potentially a push through to maybe try to get 29K BTC this week. That's pretty much it. So I'm thinking personally that we get this 27,605 range, establish it, make it good, kick back to 28K, easy peasy. However, the script can flip. So, as if with any volatility in any crazy market like this, what you want to do is prepare. 27,605, 1 hour close. You can start looking for 27,170s. Maybe there's a DCA in there for you all, or maybe it's a stop and a flip to short, or whatever, right? But just that. But if you are opening shorts, right, and you're looking for like a 25K dump, nah, it's just not going to happen. You might get 26. I'm sorry. Yeah, 26. Maybe, right? But anything lower than like 26.5, there right now, as it stands, according to all things in this system, there is a less than 5% chance of actually hitting 26.5. So, I mean, that really depends on the kind of gambler, how degenerate the gambling is in you. But for ADA right now, we have a brand spanking new freshie coming off the presses at 37.68 is the mean for this brand new trend level. The deltas are pretty decent. This is 36.02 on the low side and 39.34 on the upper side. Getting back to 40 cents is probably not within the cards for ADA. And getting back to 35 cents is also not in the cards for ADA. The range that is reasonable is 36.8 on the low side and 38.63 on the high side. But establishing price above 37.29, which is the lower side 1 sig, is bullish for ADA and actually allows it to kick up to that 2 sig at 38.63 very easily. So something to think about. On the low side, there's not a whole lot of down left in this. And yeah, I know it was literally just 35 cents a couple days ago. I'm just saying that the market is prepping for more bullish movement after some light bearish weather. Okay. So it's like drizzling bear and it's about to get like Super Bowl sunny. Yeah, that's right. And matic, looking here, that level of volatility is just nasty. It's just nasty with that volatility. We got operating below the 1 sig of 89 cents right now with the lower side 2 sig of 87.74. Lower than that, maybe a bit, because we're seeing some elevated volatility. I'm just saying maybe a bit because I want to elevate some caution on this because matic is being a little bit erratic today. But lower than 85.71, probably not. And on the upper side, I would really like to see a return to mean at 90 cents because matic underneath the buck is just weird. You know, I think $1 matic is nice, but we're not going to see $1 today either. The highest that I could ever see for matic in the next 24 hours would be 92.5 cents. But we've got to get back above that mean of 90 cents for us to even think about that. And that's a couple of percentage points. If you do actually see some action above that mean, you can actually start pulling the trigger a little bit earlier for those long kind of behaviors at 89 cents and above. So if you see like a nice 1 hour close at like 89.25 or something like that, maybe you start leaning a little bit more bullish for that. But looking here at the sentiment support and resistance for BTC, this is a more macro approach of what the market feels like today in terms of sentiment response. We have 27.986 is the tipping point of whether or not people get bullish, right? Really bullish on BTC. And that's because that's the upper side mean where we start to get to that more pushing through resistance as opposed to riding supports, right? And our lower side, our high support on the underside here is at 27.104, which completely makes sense. Maintaining price action above that high support is good for BTC bulls if they want to start seeing 28K retests and possibly even to try to get to 29K this week. ADA operating above the mean at 37.5 puts the low resistance at 38.5 squarely on target. Clear as day here. You can see that establishing here back yesterday. And then weekly trying to go weakening. Yeah, a weakening attempt earlier about 5-6 hours ago to go back there, but the market hasn't really woken up yet today. So this play really makes sense. I don't see us dumping down to that high support side at 36.4. It could happen, but I don't see it happening. There's not enough. I don't think there's enough negative sentiment in the market today for us to actually start seeing some big moves in the downward side for this. matic, it just went a little bit too crazy. I mean, you could see back here on the 26th, I mean, this candle went bonkers. We got a high of 97, got a low of 89. That's a whole lot of volatility in a single 1 hour candle. And now it's just kind of like trying to find its voice again. And hovering in and around this range a little bit below the mean. Totally makes sense. All the way back down to the high support side of 86.6. I'm not that bearish on it. I think that we can actually establish a price point here above 88, maybe 87.5, and then start clawing our way back up to the upper side, where it's like 92.4 on the highest end. Here, this is the high support. I'm sorry, the low resistance for this asset. That's it for me today. I really hope you all have a good rest of your Tuesday and that you had a good holiday weekend for those of you in the States. And I'll be back tomorrow, and I'm going to stop recording this and flip over to do the YouTube short, because it's pretty much the only way that people ever find out about these, apparently. So that's how YouTube works these days. I don't know, whatever. Until tomorrow, yeah. Oh, it's trash day. Don't forget to take out the garbage, you degenerates.